Hey there, welcome back to Badass Business Planning. We're still in Module 2. We're going to wrap up Module 2 with one of my favorite topics, which is the concept of cowbell, or more cowbell is how you'll often hear me say it. So this is the last box in the your uniqueness. It's about kind of defining like the things that are unique about you that will impact your brand. Now, this is yet another of the topics that is covered in depth in the online marketing foundations course. So you're going to head over there to get the more substantive lesson. But this one, this lesson is in Module 3, Lesson 2 of Online Marketing Foundations, where we talk about more cowbell. But the central idea of cowbell is this is where you are going to define your personality traits that are going to be an important part of your business. It comes from the more cowbell reference. It's a Saturday Night Live skit with Christopher Walken. But for this context, it comes up back when I was getting my start in this online marketing world, and I was kind of, coming up. I was in a group and I created this video, and at the time it was a video for my law firm, which was meant to say, hey, if you're a creator, if you're doing that, you're a different kind of company, you need a different kind of law firm. So it was this, and it was done with stock videos and stock footage and then just a picture of me at the end. And I posted it in this group that I was in, where it's very active. And one of my friends said, there's something missing. And by the way, I say friend, it's someone I'd only met in that program, but since we become very good friends. And she said, there's something missing. It needs something. It needs more cowbell. And in this case, the cowbell is you. And her point was that other than literally that little snapshot at the end of me, this could have been a video created by anybody. There was nothing about my personality specific in it. And so we took up the charge on that. And since then, I have been very open about adding my personality, infusing my brand with my personality quirk so that we're snarky, we're rebellious. We have an avatar as a brand that fits who I am as a person. The value of that is that we attract people who like that energy. And the reason why you want to do this, especially if you're going to in any way be interacting with your audience and your customers, which most of us will, if your personality, like in my case, I have a very laid back, snarky, kind of make fun of myself, I don't take myself too seriously type of personality. Okay, so that's my personality, but I'm also not going to be overly serious when I'm interacting with other people. So given that that's my personality, if the front end branding of my business was attracting people who want a very formal, a very non-casual type of interaction, there's going to be a mismatch. And so what you want to be doing is infusing your brand with your personality throughout. Again, just like your core values, what it does is it will attract people who are attracted to your type of personality, who find you amusing. Now, they may not share all the same things, but they at least are, they're attracted to a person like you. And so this can be some of what sets you apart. And the important thing to understand, the reason why kind of the core values and the more cowbell concept, why I want you to think of these in tandem is that ultimately what this is about is helping you to recognize that you are not for everybody. You are for the right people. And so when you are clear about your core values and you live those and people see them in your brand, but also your personality, and you infuse your brand with that, you will attract people who, for them, they won't even think about any of your competitors because they are so aligned with you as the leader of the brand that they will simply come to you because you are their person in whatever kind of business you're building when it comes down to these knowledge brands. So that's what you're doing here. So to wrap up, the cowbell box is about identifying your unique personality traits that come in. And so just so you know, back in the core competencies, when we were talking about that, I said, for example, I'm good at brewing beer, but that's not a core competency because it's not related to my business. But that's part of my cowbell. Because I talk about beer. I have opinions about beer that can be sometimes a bit polarizing, but also people just get to know me as, hey, he's the guy, he talks about beer, he brewed beer, he almost started a beer brand. That just becomes part of the personality that they get to know about me. So that's what you're doing here. You're identifying those kinds of personality things that you want to infuse into the brand so that your brand, your business is unique and looks different from other people's. So that's the final piece here in the Your Uniqueness column. Fill those pieces in. Like I said, if you've just been binging through this, I want you to stop now and fill in the core competencies, core values, and Cowbell, because this is something you should be able to do in no time flat. And then once you've done that, move on to the next module. In module 3, we'll be taking up your niche and really identifying that part of how you're going to fill that in. So that's your assignment. Fill out all of your uniqueness pieces if you haven't yet, and then join me in module 3 to talk about your niche. I'll see you there.